someone called me, someone met me yesterday. I don't know what the weather is like in Leeds, but in London, 2 nights ago, we had very heavy rain. And it was accompanied by thunder and lightning. So the Baruch, or it wasn't Baruch, I'm just changed, names have been changed for purposes of privacy. So the Baruch woke up in the middle of the night, a clap of thunder, and he sees a flash of lightning and make a brachah. But he hasn't washed Negel Vasser. So here's the question. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you want to make a bracha, is it essential that you have washed Negel Vasser? Can you make a bracha without having washed Negel Vasser? I'm going to move this up a bit. Let's see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the question. And now with that lightning, it becomes a little bit more of an issue, because if you kind of twiddle your thumbs for too long, so then it's too late. You can't make a bracha too much after the lightning. It has to be within a couple of seconds. So by the time
I'm asking,
the lightning's gone. You can wait for the next one.
What about Birchas HaShachar, Birchas HaTorah?
Okay, he's not learning now. He wants to say the bracha and tuck himself under his quilt again.
But you don't need Birchas HaTorah for that.
No.
Obviously not. Otherwise we're saying.
So, and we're going to also deal with the question. People sometimes need to use facilities in the middle of the night, and they wake up, get out of bed, use the facilities, and then they come back. Do they have to do Negel Vasser before doing so? So let's take a look. Here's the lashon of the Alter Rebbe in the Siddur. Misha Yoshin b'malbushov. Yeah, that's on the right side of the slide. A person who's sleeping with his clothes. He didn't necessarily touch under his vest or under the covered areas, which are normally a little bit more greasy. According to the din of the Gemara, if you slept wearing clothes, and therefore the likelihood is that you didn't touch the covered parts of your body, so then you're allowed to say brachas, and you can say divrei Torah. Hang on, let me go through. Yeah, even though the concept of ruach ra is mentioned in the Gemara, but it doesn't say in the Gemara that you can't say a bracha with ruach ra. It doesn't say in Gemara you mustn't touch clothes with ruach ra. Let's read further. Ach bezoya rechmiru me'oid sheloi lahazkir Hashem bebrachos lo lilmoid. The Zoya is very emphatic not to say Hashem's name in a bracha and not to learn utter words of Torah. V'chein shelo liga b'malbushov, nor to touch your clothing. V'chein shelo lelech dal damas, nor to walk a distance of dal damas. V'oid sheruach hatuma shoyre layadayim, so long as you have the spirit of tumah, impure spirit, residing on your hands. Kodim tilas yadayim shachris. So here we have that the Zohar is very emphatic that you should not say a bracha and not touch your clothes before washing Negel Vasser. So l'chayre here, you wake up in the middle of the night, you haven't washed Negel Vasser. So according to the Zohar, l'chayre you shouldn't be able to say the bracha. Having said that, just one interesting diuk. Kodim netilas yadayim shachris. Before you wash your hands in the morning. Now, what happens? It's not the morning. It's 2 o'clock. I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning, yeah, but it's the middle of the night. In winter, it's pitch black. Do you have a chiyuv netilas yadayim in the middle of the night when you're not planning to stay up now? This is the question. So now, this is discussed in various sources, and the second on the left side of your screen, this is a quote from a sefer called Leket HaKemach HaChodosh. I took it from there, but it's in many different places also. This is written by someone called Rav Katz, who lived in Amsterdam, a very good malakit. He had a son who used to live on Paget Road. Some of you might remember him. Okay. Shomaiti mimoyde b'chom. He's quoting from various forum. This is from the Buchotcherov. The Kpeda of the Zohar is only if you get up in the middle of the night, early, It's only if you're getting up and you intend to stay awake. So here we have the Bechotcherov, who I believe was a Talmud of the Baditsheva. It's in that region. So you're talking about the times of the Alter Rebbe, the Mittel Rebbe. Very interesting Poisik. And he takes a very interesting view. He quotes his father-in-law. I don't remember who his father-in-law is. Who was the Bechotcherov's father-in-law? I don't remember. At any rate, he wrote many Sforim, Das Kedoshim, etc. At any rate, so he comes up with this following interesting approach, that the chiyuv to wash Negel Vasser is only when you wake up to stay up. But if you are getting up and you're going to go straight back to bed, no chiyuv of Negel Vasser. Or Dvor of Tmuid. Then he quotes, this next quote is from the Sefer called Mishmeres Sholem, the Kodenova. He says, first of all, I'm very surprised. And as we know, there's a well-known shmua that the Rebbe's mother was told to wash Negel Vasser before breastfeeding the Rebbe as a baby. So she would wake up at night, the baby would wake up at night, she would wash Negel Vasser before feeding him. But okay. וגם לפי דברו, דבר דווקא באמצע הלילה, כשיור היום אין לו אוכל. So Mishmeres Sholem is not so confident about this. Then we have a third quote from the Kaf HaChaim. You get up in the middle of the night, even if you tend to go back, you still have a problem of Ruach Ra. So we have here a whole to and fro of opinions, whether if you get up in the middle of the night and going straight back to bed, do you have to wash Negel Vasser? My inclination is a little bit, as I said, the Alter Rebbe says, when you have a duty to wash Negel Vasser now. So then if you haven't washed Negel Vasser, you have a problem of Ruach Ra. I know it's a little bit tenuous what I'm saying. But if you don't have a chiyuv Negel Vasser, then you are able to say a brachah. Of course, so that's why my inclination. Especially I have the following problem. If you get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and if you wash Negel Vasser with your hands, I'll call it with your hands. You wash Negel Vasser in the normal way. When are you going to say the brachah on Tis Yadayim? 3 hours later? On what are you making the brachah on Tis Yadayim? For the second time? It becomes quite complicated. And so if you don't do Negel Vasser, you don't do proper Netilah, then you've avoided that shayla. You don't have a chiyuv of saying a brachah on Tis Yadayim because you didn't do Netilah with a keli properly. So coming back to that question, it's not so clear you could take the view that because there's a Ruach HaTumah, you shouldn't be saying any brachas. You could say, since you're not getting up now, so the Ruach HaTumah perhaps is not an impediment, and because you haven't gotten up for the day.